and I will break it down from my legal opinion, showing you where this man, if anything's questionable, Four Corners expelled their exhibitions, and therefore
What the f are you talking about, man?
Welcome to the Dummy Kruger channel, everyone. Today's video takes us to Brookside Park, located in Farmington, New Mexico, to take a look at a recent arrest for trespassing in a public park after the park had already closed for the evening. This arrest is about 2 weeks old and covered heavily at the time, but I'm taking a little bit of a different approach. We're going to watch this arrest through the eyes of the world's most renowned jailhouse paralegal, Wolverine Transparency, also known as Finger Guns Transparency. Pew pew. Finger Guns recently sprung to action to declare Four Corners, the subject of today's video, was kidnapped for recording police on a public sidewalk! Exclamation point. Given the fact that Wolverine is the gold standard for journalistic integrity, I just had to see this alleged kidnapping for myself out of concern for one of my fellow citizens. And I'm really glad I did, because Wolverine Transparency never fails to disappoint. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and comment below. Take it away, Finger Guns.
I'm going to show you the beginning of the narrative here. Remember, he's walking on a sidewalk. Okay? I'm going to mute my shit.
What's going on? Is this officer just sitting there in the dark?
As captivating as the beginning of this video was, let's fast forward a little bit. In this segment of his video, the auditor carries out the entirely ordinary action of recording the officer's computer, which, as per Finger Guns, is deemed illegal. But not illegal to record the screen, nope. It's illegal for the officer to keep it open.
Now see, what they're trying to say to him is like that part right there. Let me point this out real quick. You guys see right there beside this building, there's a sidewalk that goes all the way down there. That would be a different story if he was down there without them being there. Okay, even with them there, maybe he wants to see what's going on, because being a journalist, you always want to get the story.
Did you see how fast he changed his own narrative? At first he claimed that if Four Corners took this footpath to the buildings within the park, that it would be a problem. But never fear, he quickly remembered that he had already seen the video and that Four Corners does indeed walk to those buildings. But per Finger Guns, as long as you are journalisming, one is free to go where they'd like, no matter if the park is closed or not.
He continues to stay by the unit, walking back and forth. All right. So now he's watching this guy, or no, that's his shadow. All right, now he's looking for the cop. I still don't see him. I still don't see this as a journalist collecting content for a story with a purpose. Okay.
And cop watching live earlier. I don't know if he's still live.
It's still all owned by the city, and it's connected to that sidewalk. It's not like he's out there playing basketball or,
And here we have Finger Guns really trying to spin this into the auditor's favor. Now he's completely okay with the auditor creeping around these buildings with his flashlight, even though only seconds ago he said this.
You guys see right there beside this building, there's a sidewalk that goes all the way down there. That would be a different story.
So it seems we aren't running with this narrative any longer. We are running with the, quote, at least he's not playing basketball narrative now, which I must say, he's making some great points. However, it is important to recognize that the press doesn't possess distinct privileges compared to individuals who aren't journalists. If someone isn't allowed to play basketball at a closed park, one isn't allowed to play journalist either. I'm confident Finger Guns will rectify this somewhere along the way.
That's still all public property.
Right, Jimmy Russell?
We'll speed it up a little more. All right, now he's going back up, and there's the pig.
Good, yourself?
Good. What you doing?
Public tour?
Taking a public tour?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Officer Fraser, Officer Jones. The park's closed at 10, right?
At 10?
Yes, sir.
No,
it's
I
almost
know.
11.
Right on.
Cool.
So he sounds like, no, I didn't know it. So the cop should have expelled his suspicions right there.
Staying in the park any longer, or are you leaving?
I'm leaving here.
He's asking him, are you staying in the park or are you leaving?
Okay. Sounds good, sir.
All right, so he said he was leaving. The cop knows that he's leaving. So now the cop, continues to have a back and forth with him. So he's keeping him there even though the park closed at 10.
And unfortunately, we have another swing and a miss there for Finger Guns. The officer in no way is keeping the auditor there. In fact, he gave him an ultimatum. Leave now or be cited. The auditor did say he was going to leave, to which the officer replied.
Okay. Sounds good, sir.
However, saying and doing are two very distinct actions.
He watch him.
Get your name and badge number?
George Officer Fraser.
You got a business card?
No, sir.
See that?
No,
Up and down, up and down.
No, sir. I don't
He's
have-
sizing him up.
Yeah, it's your policy.
No, it's not, sir. So if you want, you can leave the park, or I can ID you for trespassing, okay? So offside,
You get a business card?
I don't have a business card.
You want to bully people, huh?
I'm bullying you, sir.
Yeah, I know. Now
Okay.
you just let me know. I know now.
Sir, please leave the property, okay? Or I'm going to cite
This
you
is a
for
private
trespassing.
sidewalk, right?
This is Brookside Park. Park's closed at 10. It is 11 o'clock at night. This is your second warning, and I'm IDing you for trespassing.
Here's a public park.
It's
I mean, a
parking
public
lot at
sidewalk.
Brookside Park, sir. Yeah, the public.
He is now on a public sidewalk.
As I mentioned previously, this is not leaving, no matter how many times the auditor claims to be. Regarding his current position on a publicly funded sidewalk, it's worth noting that while the sidewalk itself was financed with public funds, it is still situated within the confines of the park, a park that is now closed. I'll delve further into this matter shortly.
Park, or the public sidewalks open.
Right here, this is all public.
This is part of Brookside Park.
What's up, Brent?
Yeah, this is public. This is all public. We pay for these. We pay for these sidewalks. It's an easement. You guys don't understand that?
So sidewalks, in the majority of cases, are certainly not easements. They are just sidewalks.
Mr. Chief, I'm going to ask you once. Please leave.
I'm leaving.
Okay.
You threatened me with a warrant? I mean,
I just simply told you that you're
Trespass?
trespassing in the park, okay?
yeah.
I don't want to
I
give you a
got it.
citation, so please just go about your business. And
He was to his business. He was looking for you. He was wondering what you were doing.
so I'm
Turner versus Driver gives us that right to record our public people in public spaces. Sometimes where you go, and if you don't got tape up, if you got a crime scene, I can go too.
While Turner vs. Driver did in fact help clarify the legal precedent that citizens generally have the right to record police officers in public places as a form of free speech, as long as they are not interfering with the officer's duties, that doesn't mean you get to express that First Amendment right in a closed location, like this park.
going to make sure that you leave the park.
What are you worried about? I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just keeping you guys transparent and accountable, making sure you guys do your job correctly.
There it is.
There's nothing wrong with it. What is wrong right now is that you are trespassing in the city.
No, I'm not. I'm just feeling silly. Let me get your unit number again.
Right ahead. More than welcome to report you there.
See, he gives him permission. He's giving him permission. He says, I'm going to go get your unit number. Go ahead. Feel free.
Context matters, Finger Guns. If you listen closely, he said this.
Right ahead. More than welcome to report you there.
See,
He told Four Corners, go right ahead. You are more than welcome to record over there, referring to the open sidewalk outside of the park.
Jones,
Officer Jones, you don't have a business card?
I don't have a business card. Officer Jones,
Guys know? Yeah. You guys are bullies. You guys know that? You know Stearman?
Just trying to
Sitting?
Okay.
Wait, get in your vehicle.
Love
I'm
you,
just
brother.
keeping an eye on you guys. You don't have to follow me around.
Okay. Well, have a wonderful night, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead. You're dismissed.
As you do, sir. Have a good night, okay?
Any defense attorney will know, especially after he gave him permission to do so, and he's on a public sidewalk, he's going to get that thrown out.
Contrary to what the world's greatest paralegal is saying, he didn't have permission to stay on the property like Fingergun said. As a matter of fact, he's been asked to leave multiple times. As for his being on a public sidewalk, let's take a look at that a little deeper. So this is the public sidewalk that the officers are referring to, which is outside of the park. This is one of the many entrances to get into and out of the park. Four corners and the officers were standing around here, clearly inside the boundary. Moving down the street a little bit, we find another entrance to the park. The entrance that Four Corners actually used to get inside. From this angle, they are standing around this location here. And it's quite clear from this signage that yes, he is entering the park, which includes that sidewalk and parking lot. An aerial perspective reveals that there is a continuous sidewalk encircling the entire park, where he could legally record as much as he pleased.
Where did you say the park, the property ends at? You guys are. This is an easement.
Public sidewalk along south.
This is the public sidewalk too.
That's it right there, sir. Okay. So if I said I have to tell you one more time, I'm going to cite you for trespassing in the city park. You understand?
Cite me for trespassing. How can they cite somebody for trespassing if they didn't give him the directive policy court according to the Constitution? They got to write you out a trespass and trespass you.
I did a quick rescan of the Constitution, but was unfortunately able to locate anything in there about trespassing. As for Four Corners needing a written warning, well, let's take a look at what he was charged with. Per his charging document, he was hit with 18-3-11 criminal trespass. Criminal trespass consists of knowingly entering or remaining upon the lands of another, knowing that such consent to enter or remain is denied or withdrawn by the owner or occupant thereof. And B, which seems important, criminal trespass also consists of knowingly entering or remaining upon lands owned, operated, or controlled by the state or any of its political subdivisions, knowing that consent to enter or remain is denied or withdrawn by the custodian thereof. Nowhere in this ordinance does it say anything about needing a written warning. What else do you have, finger guns?
I'm leaving. Did you hear me? I'm leaving. No more threats.
I'm not threatening, sir. I'm simply stating a fact that you are completing.
I'm here on business under the First Amendment, keeping you guys accountable. As you know, it's constitutional protected activity.
Sir, are you going to leave the property?
I'm leaving. Get in your vehicle, then I'll leave.
No, you're trespassing in the park right now, so that's why I'm not letting you leave. Okay? So you're more than welcome to leave. I've given you no more.
You are too.
Okay. So what's your name? What's your name?
You just said a little while ago.
What's your name? So like I said, I'm done at this point. Your warnings are over. You're trespassing in the city.
Get that light out of my face.
What's your name?
That's prior restraint.
If you don't stop and give me your name at this point, you're going to receive a trespass for citation for trespassing in the city park. Walk to our car. You're going to receive a citation for trespassing in Brookside Park. Come this way for me, okay?
Don't put your hands on me.
I'm not. If you walk back over there, okay? 307.
Can you get your superior here?
Go right ahead that way, okay?
Can you get your superior here?
Walk that way.
Can you get your superior here?
307. I'm going to issue a trespass citation because he's refusing to leave.
I wasn't refusing to leave. I was leaving.
Do you see the gaslighting going on here too? He said he was leaving, but he just lied to the dispatcher saying he refuses to leave. Liar, liar, liar.
Gaslighting is clearly happening in this situation, but it's not originating from the officer. Up to this point, the officer has requested the individual to leave the closed park on 5 distinct occasions. Meanwhile, the auditor, despite professing his intention to leave, persistently filibustered and insisted he would only depart once the officers had done so. Unfortunately for him, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
You know what? If I was you, you guys might disagree with this, but I always carry my press card on me. when I'm in situations like that. Okay? Because it proves that I'm the press, and we, according to the Supreme Court, we're allowed to be within 10 feet of them so we can hear what's going on while they're on an official call during their official duties.
And one more time for the crowd in the back, a press pass doesn't allow people to enter closed areas. I can't believe I have to continue repeating this.
Go that way, please, sir.
Is that a lawful demand?
Yes, I'm telling you over here.
You want to go? Tell me what to do. I can stand.
Okay. So, like I said, what's your name?
Know it.
Okay. So when I contacted you, you're coming from the side of a public or a building.
Yeah, public
Brookside
building,
Park.
like you just said.
But it is posted all around right here. Park is posted after 10 p.m. and right now it is 11:09. And when you walked up to me, it was probably about 10:59. So you're an hour past curfew.
You got your superior coming on the
They
way?
are coming. So, like I said, what's your name, sir?
Get that light out of my face.
What's your name?
I'll give it the. Oh, wait, I'll wait till your superior gets here.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
I'll wait till your superior gets here.
Sir, I think your actions are doing different. You're standing
this
here.
closer to the dust inside. So
Ladies and gentlemen, he's on a public sidewalk next to a public parking lot, lit up like the 4th of July.
Stop. Seriously. Stop.
Number and my name, and I gave it
I
to you.
understand that.
Right. And so, I'm trying to be as transparent with you.
Can't you
as
say I was
possible.
leaving?
Sir,
You were, sir.
you were.
Is that a
Shut
question,
your mouth.
Oklahoma?
Is that necessary?
Shut the fuck up.
I've been very polite to you. That's fine. I mean, like I said, we're gonna go. The
I'm
route.
not sure if he got home or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak to him about. I was leaving.
I know you say you're leaving, but you weren't,
Yeah, think you have authority to make people come and leave whenever you want.
because you're trespassing in the park after 10, sir.
How can you trespass? How can you trespass on private property? Excuse me, on public property with a public sidewalk? And stayed on the sidewalk. Never went on the grass, never went up to a window, never went up to a door. You know what I mean? He's bullshitting. He's a liar. This guy's a fucking liar.
Not that it really matters because he's been inside the park area the entire time, but he did go up to a window and a door. Finger Guns even watched this happen and either forgot or it goes against the narrative he's trying to portray.
It was Supervisor Stearman. Yeah, he's a bully with the badge. Here comes Stearman again, guys, the YouTube star.
So this fat guy, this supervisor, remember we all seen him.
Oh, Finger Guns, it's not nice to fat shame people.
You see this, guys? He sits over there, in my opinion, and this is just opinion. This is my opinion now. My lawful opinion. I think they're committing conspiracy. I think all that backups there is because A, they were preparing for it, and B, being that officer, and C, completing that conspiracy, which is the supervisor.
So according to the world's greatest paralegal, his legal opinion is that these officers are committing conspiracy because the supervisor arrived on scene. The same supervisor that was requested by our freedom fighter. Maybe the auditor was in on it the whole time.
Here comes Stearman again, guys, the YouTube star. Hey, dude, Stearman. Yeah.
You're under arrest.
Floor.
Put your hands back.
Hold on, let my weapon go. What am I doing?
So Four Corners was arrested for criminal trespass and had to spend a couple of nights in jail until he could see a judge the following Monday. Before we leave, let's see what Finger Guns' final thoughts were on the whole situation.
All right there. Look at that. We're looking at a Nazi. I believe we are looking at a Nazi, man. This right here is not a constitutional cop. This right here is a Nazi. He's giving good cops bad names. We need to do this. Is where we need to unite, ladies and gentlemen.
I truly believe it's high time we refrain from drawing comparisons between things we disapprove of and Nazism. Comparing modern police officers to Nazis is historically inaccurate and offensive. The Nazis were responsible for the genocide of millions of innocent people, and making such comparisons only trivializes their crimes. In fairness, there are instances where law enforcement officers have acted inappropriately, and these cases should be addressed and condemned. However, these actions do not equate to the systematic, state-sanctioned horrors perpetrated by the Nazis in the 1940s. I would argue that by Wolverine Transparency making these sweeping and extreme comparisons, it actually hinders productive conversations about police reform and only leads to more division and polarization. If he truly wants to make changes with our current policing in this country, he should really consider making more appropriate comparisons. Alright guys, I think that's where we'll wrap up today's video. If you haven't had the chance yet, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment below. This is Dummy Kruger, and I'll see you guys on the next video.